If you've ever looked successful on the outside, but felt like you're still not doing enough on the inside, this episode will show you how to train your mind the way you train your body.
Hello, and thank you for joining the Champion Within podcast, your premier go-to spot for unlocking your winning mindset. Whether you're an athlete looking to elevate your game to the next level, a coach leading the charge, an enthusiastic parent cheering from the sidelines, or an educator molding young minds, the Champion Within podcast episodes are packed with value, sharing the tools and strategies to unlock your potential and rise to new heights. Hosted by mentor, coach, and mindset leader Kate McCauley. Let's sit back and enjoy today's episode while discovering your champion within. And now, here's Kate.
Let me take you back for a minute. Popcorn reading. Did you ever do this when you were in school? The reading would pop around to different people in the classroom. Sometimes the students would be able to say popcorn and send it to someone else and pick who goes next, or the teacher would yell popcorn, then she would pick someone, or the student would pick someone. You know that feeling? Your heart starts pounding, you're counting paragraphs, maybe you're reading ahead so you can figure out what you need to say, which also means you're not comprehending what's being read. You're praying your turn somehow gets skipped. That was me. Or standing at the top of the key as the point guard on my basketball team with the ball in my hands. Everyone's watching. The coach is trusting me because at halftime, he said, "I'm putting the ball in your hands. You ready?" My teammates are depending on me on the outside, and maybe I'm even saying out loud, "I'm good, coach. I'm fine. I got this." On the inside, I'm saying things like, "Don't mess up. Don't disappoint. Don't prove that you're not good enough here." Yes, sure. I would hit records sometimes, however many 3 points in the game. I would have my name go up on the wall for student athlete, GPA good, all those things. But if I missed even one shot, I would be in the locker room crying because I thought I should have done more. This is the part that might surprise you. That not enough voice, it doesn't magically disappear when you get older and grow up. It shows up when my husband walks in and I'm sitting down. I work from home, so I'll pop up like I'm being evaluated. And he has never once said to me, "Why aren't you doing more?" But I jump up as if I have to be doing more things. When I was pregnant, working as a teacher still, I had a note from my doctor. It's the third pregnancy. They kind of knew how things were going. I was getting Braxton Hicks. All these crazy things were happening. They thought, "You might go into labor early. We don't want that to happen." A lot of stress at my job. They said, "You should be sitting more." As a health and phys ed teacher, I was running around a lot. "You should be sitting more. Can you bring a little tailgate chair with you, something? Maybe if you're reffing the game outside or something, just put the chair down. You don't have to sit all the time. Put the chair down." I hated this idea because as teachers, we were always supposed to be up and moving. Plus, as a phys ed teacher, it's just really what we did anyway. I had a note and everything, gave it in to HR, my principal, all the things. I literally was explaining to everyone, my students, my principal, the assistant principal, different people I was working with. If you see me sitting, it's because my doctor said I should be. That's why I'm sitting more. As if I had to tell everyone they couldn't see this big belly and I was having a baby soon, right? But that voice, it's trained, it's practiced, it's familiar. I'm not doing enough. It was repeating in my head. This is the key here. Your brain will always go back to what is comfortable, even if that comfortable thing for you is self-doubt. Hey, coach, tell me if any of this sounds familiar. Your athletes, they're training hard, but when it's game time, their performance, it's just not matching up. Sometimes when they're making mistakes, they're looking in the stands, seeing the reaction from whoever's there as the fan club. That pressure's eating them up inside. There's team drama, excuses. Sometimes the parents are enabling the bad habits. Athletes who can't take feedback or they just don't believe in themselves. Heartbreaking. Meanwhile, you're feeling all of this stress piling up and you're starting to question if you should even keep coaching. Here's the truth. It's not a skills problem. It's not a you problem. it's a mindset problem. I work with teams as a mindset specialist, helping athletes handle that pressure, trust the training, and build confidence they need to actually perform. So you can get back to your coaching and the team can get back to winning. So if you're tired of coaching through all that chaos, send me a DM. Let's get your team's head in the game. Literally. I want you to think about a few things that we have completely normalized. Physical training is the first one. No one questions strength training anymore. It is built into programs. No one says, why are we lifting weights? In fact, schools are hiring strength coaches. Women are being told you need to lift weights. Older individuals, weight training is important. Every single person listening to this podcast right now has probably been told strength training is a good thing to add into your life. Whether you're an athlete, whether you are getting older, whether you're just trying to be a healthy person, you are not going to question, is strength training healthy? You might be saying, how do I do it? Who can help me with this? What's the best way to do it? You know, all the different things like that so you can figure out how to do it. But you are not questioning, should it be done? It is just normal to add strength training in, right? No one says don't drink water during the game. In fact, as a parent, I have actually fundraised for matching water bottles. I'm not sure if my daughter actually needs every new Awala and Stanley on the market, but I do know that water is a non-negotiable. And when they made this crazy rule at our school that like you're not allowed to use the bathroom more than whatever, twice a market period or some crazy thing, I forget what the number was, but it was absurd for a distance runner considering how much water she drinks. Right away, I was like, what? She drinks a ton of water. How's this kid only going to pee this certain amount of time? I literally took her to the doctor. I'm like, just give her a note. Just give her a note. She's freaking out about not being able to drink her water. And I'm thinking to myself, of course she should drink water. And she's a distance runner, blah, 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 all the things. But even if she wasn't a distance runner, drink your water. I myself had to get blood work done just as an annual thing at the doctor's. Like, we want to check all the numbers. And one of them was a little bit higher than it should be. And my doctor said, did you drink enough water today? Or are you dehydrated? Right away. That was the question. And me, the competitive person that I am, thought, I didn't drink enough water. I usually drink however many amounts of water. When I'm working with clients on a weight loss journey, that's something that right away they're like, I can put more water into my diet. They sell all these water bottles that, drink this by lunch, all this. Water is a non-negotiable, right? For our health, for being healthy. This is not something that we question. But at one point, people did think we don't need all that water. And some of us might even joke, why do our kids drink so much water, right? If your child needs glasses, you don't just say to them, you know what? Just squint harder, be tougher. Now, I will admit, as I got older and I'm using my anti-aging face cream and I'm looking on the back, I'm thinking, did this company seriously make this font a little bit smaller? How rude of them with the anti-aging face night cream to really make the font smaller. I did need readers, right? And admittedly, when I just said, if you need glasses, get them. I did put that off for a little while because 20/20 was something that I was always like, yeah, I have 20/20 vision. And I've never had a cavity either until I was like 42 or something. I was like, look at me, right? The competitive nature always coming out. But once I realized that I needed the readers and I got them and I put them on, I was like, whoa, why wouldn't I use these, right? So why in school, in sports, in business, do we still act like the mental side should just happen naturally? Why do we tell kids, athletes, just be confident? Confidence is not a personality trait. It's a skill set. Breath work is training. Visualization is training. Productive self-talk is training. Here's what I mean by productive. Not the cute quotes stitched on pillows or put on a sweatshirt. Don't get me started on the good vibes only. It cannot be good vibes only. We have to feel all of our feelings. That's another problem for my athletes, for my professionals. You are going to feel nervous. That's what we need to deal with. You're going to feel the pressure. That's what we're working on with the mental side. When I'm talking about productive self-talk, I'm talking about learning how to hear your internal dialogue and how to challenge it. When you hear, I'm not doing enough, you need to be able to default and go back to, says who? Based on what? What's the actual evidence? This is trained. That takes reps. Just like if you're strength training, you don't walk into a gym and lift your max weight on day one. You need coaching, form correction, accountability, someone to push you to your edge safely. The mental side is no different. I'll say this clearly. You want people teaching this who have lived it, who have been in the locker rooms, who have been in classrooms, who have been coaching, who have sat with athletes after losses, with their moms after breakdowns, and high achievers who look successful on paper but feel behind on the inside. It's an inside out job. This isn't about influencers selling a product because the brand cut them a check, and self-talk, visualization, mental toughness are buzzwords. This is about giving people the actual tools that they can use. It is not a motivational speech when I go up on a stage and I am a speaker. I am actually teaching. I had someone tell me on a call when I was explaining what we would do if I came in as their speaker, that we really just want people to be inspired. And of course, they are inspired when I speak. I bring that vibe. But I'm a teacher. I'm going to teach them something. I have sat in so many professional developments. I have sat in rooms with speakers. I've been inspired, like, wow, their story is great. And then I leave and I do nothing. What? We don't want that anymore. We want action. You need action for you, for your team, whether that's athletically in the corporate space. Hopefully, you don't want people just to walk away and feel these good feelings for the rest of that afternoon, chat about it over lunch, and then do nothing. That's a waste of your money. The teacher that calls on them when that clock is winding down, when the presentation slides pop up and something happens, when the house is messy and the pressure's loud, the scoreboard doesn't look how they hoped it would. This is when you need those mental tools to pop into their brain and they say, I know what to do. I've been here before. When their body responds instead of reacts in a panic state. Mental toughness, although the toughness is in the term there, it's not about being hard. It's also not about being soft. There's a whole group of people that think that too. Here's me going to my notes right now and writing down, I need to do an episode on that one. There's so many things I need to talk about. But mental toughness, mindset training, it's about being trained. If you are a parent or a coach who feels like you're never doing enough, or if you're listening to your kids, your athletes, your students, your corporate team say these things, I'm not doing enough. I feel like I should be doing more. You're an athlete yourself who performs well, but feels like you're a fraud. If you're successful but exhausted from proving yourself, hear me. Turn the volume up, lean in and listen. You don't need to toughen up. You need mental reps. Just like strength training, hydration with your favorite water bottle, and glasses if you have them. Once you use these tools consistently, you start to see clearly. Your body responds. You recover faster. You perform with steadiness instead of fear. You show up and you know what to do. You trust your training. Everything changes. If this is something that you're thinking, I need this, my team needs this, my school, my corporate space, we need this, reach out to me, send me a message. Let's set this up.
Thank you for hanging out with Kate today. And whether you're going to coach, teach, cheer from the sidelines, or hitting the field yourself, remember, mindset is everything. Don't forget to follow the show for the latest episodes, as we all need a little extra motivation, humor, and sanity in our busy lives. Now, go and unleash your champion within you, one step at a time. We're always rooting for you.